off these live streams.
Jeez.
Alright, we should be good on YouTube. Yep. Uh, Kicked it off on Facebook. Alright. So yeah, it looks like on the different things it's showing us as like a box, but the recording will show us as bars.
Okay.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, fake clap. Welcome to another Afro Taku live stream. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host who will introduce himself starting right now.
Hey, it's player 5.
What's going on? It's Jugga.
Yo, alright, so we'll kick it right off with My Hero Academia. Let us see. What was the chapter number for that? Folks, you know?
323, and the title was That Single Step.
Alright, so I mean, more or less, there isn't a whole lot of meat there in this chapter for me. Just once again, I will call out that I'm still pissed off at the Hero Society and Horikoshi storytelling of the world because it's like, hey, we can. I don't even know how long it took them to create that defense system and moving pieces within the motherfucking UA. I just thought that that was kind of crazy that they were able to develop that level of protections, but like still sucked at defending the city against Tomura and shit. I'm just like, bro, like what's going on here? And then we just casually revealed that fucking rat homie is like a fucking multi-billionaire. Just like I was like, okay, thanks for that piece of information.
Oh my god, Stags, dude.
Bro, I don't get it. And then like talking to the people, they're making it seem like it's horrible out there. Oh, that was the other story piece. Then they go and talk about Shuketsu that inspired the idea, and I also just go like, so where is Wind General right now, bro? Because his power will also probably be hella useful. Right?
No, 100%.
Everybody that Deku not handling, I guarantee you, it was one general.
I'm telling you. And then we also saw like a casual look at Monoma, which I was also like another person who should be out here in these streets. Like, what are you doing? Chilling in fucking UA, not doing anything.
Yeah, hey, Monoma, get busy, bro.
Yeah.
100%. Man, all class 1B, man. Don't sleep.
I don't know about all, bro. Some of them niggas got folded.
Maybe not 100%, bro, but at least 90. And I'm not even like that's not even an overstep in my
Everybody
opinion.
that Bakugo basically solo,
Uh-huh.
y'all niggas gotta go.
That's
Y'all are the
literally
general population now.
I
like
think
the
Big.
rest of them kids.
So you feel like Big Hands is straight? She can go out there.
With
I
the strap?
mean, right. I mean, like
She do got strats.
like that's okay, but I mean, like it's not. I mean, she's like what supposed to be the equivalent of Yaoyorozu, and I still think she gets underplayed low key. So,
Well, I think Yaoyorozu, y'all know how I feel about her. She needs to stay the fuck inside.
Oh, please.
Trash person.
bro, just give her a tiny bit more time, dude.
No,
She's on the
I
up and up.
Niggas giving her respect because she out here scantily clad, and y'all can't tell me otherwise. Because, bro, one of the most hype anime ever, Full Metal Alchemist. We seen what that power can do. We seen how Ed put it to work. She tries. She tries.
Look, I'm
She
not
has
gonna
a
argue
main
it anymore.
character power.
I still have hope. I'm still in the Yajirozu fan club.
You're not alone. You're not
I'm
alone.
hoping there's a spin-off manga or something where she get the respect she deserves, but it is what it is. I'll let you say your words now. Right now they're facts, but the future they might not be. That's all. That's all I'll say.
I agree.
Stay hopeful.
I agree.
I mean, the only thing that kind of stood out to me with this chapter was like one, Uraraka got boings, bro. She just hopped to the top of that building.
I thought she was finna. I thought she was finna fucking like do one of those like touch the ground and then everybody just float in the air type shit. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, okay.
She was pissed off, but like I will say that I thought that was the perfect time to be like, yo, I love this nigga Deku. I thought that was about to drop. Y'all can't tell me if you don't watch romantic comedies, this wasn't that's my love scene, bro.
Right.
It definitely could have been.
Right.
Yeah, but she dropped the ball on that one. Like Now you basically a Hinata.
Oh. Can we
I mean, I still got the dub in the end though, so
put some respect on Best Genius once again, reminding us that he's just a great hero all around. Like I know it was like a little light moment, but I still felt like him standing up and voicing, like trying to deflect the whole Deku
tried.
situation was
He
just
tried.
another testament to the respect that the community gives Best Genius. Um,
I mean, that
which I
still
was
got
like,
underplayed. I mean, based on what ended up happening, but I
right.
mean, like, I still hear you
But
though.
I think no other pro could have done that, minus maybe All Might. But like, I don't think Endeavor could have sat there and tried to like
True.
speak up. They'd have like, shut the fuck up. Like,
He's
you're part of the problem.
the unofficial number one right now. You know,
100%.
like his stats may say 3, but the streets respect him like
Right.
so.
He's an underground hero.
Yeah.
Y'all got that Best Genius mixtape. That's what he just be dropping mixtapes for the
I'm
streets, bro.
saying.
He like 09 Lil Wayne, bro. No albums. The best rapper out here making no money off of it.
Just showing y'all.
Right.
That's funny. That's funny.
Bro, if I wanted to, I could be the greatest, but that's why I respect. That's why everybody respects Genius, bro.
Right.
He legit.
And he know he clean, so damn.
Yeah, he say with the drip. I don't know about that denim turtleneck, but
What?
you never catch me
You making
I'm
statements
sorry.
with that kid. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but Best Genius definitely brought denim back in style, bro. If that shit was going out when Best Genius started coming on the scene, that
Right.
price went up, bro. Niggas was paying for jeans all around, bro.
100%.
Bakugo should have incorporated some. That would have been hilarious if Bakugo incorporated that into his fit. Like just his pants were just some denim jeans. Like that's it.
That's respect. I would fuck with that. I mean, because if you think about it, it would actually make sense historically, because like miners who used to like use dynamite and blow stuff up,
Yeah.
they made Levi jeans popular because they would wear like Levi jeans into the mines. To
Oh, it's like protect them.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it would actually be like that would make sense. My man rock jeans.
I didn't even think about it on that level. You added like another level of seasoning to that. That's decent.
Okay.
All right.
Respect. But no, I mean to piggyback off of what you were saying earlier, though, MGG, why we would all be saying it, like just rehashing it, but and like the just disappointment with the Hero Society. I mean, it got played again as far as like Best Genius. I mean, like literally, as we just said, the unofficial number one gave his reasoning as far as to why they bringing back Deku. But if you really think about it, like grand scheme, the people made a good point, right? I mean, it's like, y'all jobs is to protect us, and you think the very best way to protect us is bringing the sole catalyst of all these OP villains up in our protective custody. Like, y'all can't think of nothing better. I mean, really though. And it's just like, yeah. I mean, we can all be the sentimental Deku. Oh man, he needs rest. Blah blah blah. I agree, but again, why the people gotta pay for that low key? Cause I mean, Shigaraki. I mean, Shigaraki's still gonna roll up in there. I mean, if you
Go ahead. No, continue.
I mean, I was just gonna say that I think that they have genuine concerns with Deku being there. Like, I feel like as far as like looking at it, where the Hero Society should be protecting me, and this is like their best option, and they're even admitting that this is their best option because they continuously F up, I'd be pissed too. So it's more just like, what are these kids really doing?
Personally, I gotta say I 100% disagree. The citizens of the My Hero Academia universe need to shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
I'm going to say that, okay? Because let's keep it a buck. If this was being funded by the government and this was part of the Hero Society thing, cool. No, Principal Nezu pulled this cash out his pocket. This is a private venture. If you don't want to stay here, my dude, you can leave these walls.
That's
Ain't
valid.
nobody keeping you here. Like, I've been like, look, bro, we've decided as the people in the job that this is the best thing. That's like if I don't know, if war came to American soil and like the military was doing stuff. Sure, I'll have my opinions, but at the same time, if they bring in like I don't know, they bring in a dangerous nuke, I'm not about to start tripping. Like they probably know what's best. I ain't fought a war in my life. I ain't got no bodies. You ain't hero not one day in your life. You ain't stopped one villain, but you feel like what you feel is the best thing. I'm like, bro, with all due respect, shut the fuck up and stay in your cage, rabbit. We're keeping you safe. And if we choose not to keep you safe, guess what? You just gonna die anyway. Like this is how dictatorial regimes start. Is too many niggas saying stupid shit. Somebody's just like, you know what? All right, ain't nobody got rights no more.
But I do feel like that part at least is the one accurate reflection of like a normal society's behavior. Because I do feel like niggas would get up and definitely voice that opinion. And them, I think the reason why they approached it that way instead of just being like blunt was because they're heroes and they still have that PR, make everybody happy thing that they're trying to do, which I don't know when they're gonna get isn't realistic from the way the show is going. That shit don't work, but
end of the world, man.
But it is what it is.
People pleaser in end times.
Yeah, but I mean, they try to put niggas at ease. Overall, I'm just like, I felt like it would have been a great fourth wall breaking moment if somebody was just like, well, we get it, but you guys actually don't matter. Like really don't matter in the context of the story.
You know what I thought happened? What I thought when Ochako first started walking up to the crowd, I honestly thought she was about the gunhead martial arts dude.
That's what I thought.
Because I was thinking like, bro, yeah, you making some sense. But like at the same time, you a whole ass grown ass man in your 40s, and you over here like, hey, this 14-year-old nigga got a fifth for you. Take your ass up. Like, even though there's heroes and villains in this society, like you still have an obligation, in my opinion, as an adult of the society to try and protect the children. Right? Like, come on, bro.
But I do think that she probably could have bodied at least 10 to 20 niggas with gunhead martial arts. I'll just put that out there.
Oh, I gotta drop a little slice on gunhead martial arts. I don't think I brought this up. I was watching My Hero. They got filler. I was watching some My Hero filler, and it was Froppy, Araka, and then Nejire, the third
homie
hero.
Yeah.
And bro, they dropped with Araka. It was like 3 dudes thought it was sweet. She was like gunmetal. I'm like, imagine that. You thought it's sweet. Oh, here go this 14-year-old girl. We 3 grown men. It's over with. And then you just like, oh, I'm knocked out, bro. What do you tell your boss when you wake up? Son, this like little girl came out.
She was ice cold, bro.
That's all gun martial arts. And he's like, I understand.
The untouchable gun martial arts.
Yo,
Where's he at, actually? Now that I think about it, did he quit? I guess so. I guess perfecting his craft, bro. He gonna make a special appearance.
No,
Get ready for the tournament of power.
Hell yeah. That's funny.
But no, I was ready for her to body a couple people, just be like, hey, yo, like, this is my G. He gonna stay here. Like, I'm just gonna need you to deal with these or catch these hands. And like, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be all.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, that is kind of a miss, her not just like jawing somebody. I felt like that just would have been a nice little extra display of like calm the fuck down, relax. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I guess also from the hero standpoint, maybe a little bit too violent for the niggas. I mean, but
not even the hands, but just like some kind of grand move that like shook up the whole squad. You know, just like a flex. You know, just anything. Because that jump looked like sweet. Just like everything, he was talking, and you just see her like, wait, who the fuck is that? And just like I don't know, some kind of I don't even know what she would do, to be honest, but just something.
And I think the second flip on that too could have been like just calling out the hypocrisy of it all, meaning that I get that Deku's a danger, but at the end of the day, he's still like a 14-year-old boy. and like his mom
That's
was
true.
also in the crowd, so
That's
it
true.
would have been like a dope chance for her to be like, hey, he's also still a fucking kid. Like, do you want to leave him out in this? Like, would you do that to anyone else? Like, and he's also the person that's gonna save you guys in the fucking end.
That's
Like,
fair.
Bro, the way that dude was wilding, I could see him looking her dead in the eye and be like, yes, I can kill these kids. I sacrifice every kid here so I can live. Like, bro, if he'd have just broke down like that and just told it like it is.
big fan.
Captain Straight 100.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've always been worried about this in my head ever since I watched the Titanic. When you watch like all them grown men just like watch women and children sail away as they sink, and I'm like, bro, I don't know if that would have been me. I'm like, like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody making it. You feel me?
It'll be straight chaos. Survival of the fittest. I mean, I don't all the movies that say otherwise. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe
I don't
it.
think chivalry.
There's no way.
That's true. I mean, in the past, maybe. Nowadays, that's only gonna get worse. That's only gonna get worse nowadays, huh?
I think we romanticize it. I think society has gotten more liberal as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I think we romanticize. I think back in the day, they probably like, man, them kids can't work. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess I like think about it from like a family perspective. Like if you're just a loose nigga, like sure, you probably prioritize yourself. But if it's like you and your family, your husband, kids, I feel like societal pressures make you behave a certain way, even in a life or death situation. Doesn't mean that you'll get. Doesn't mean that I totally disagree with you guys. I'm just saying I do think there is like a level of societal pressure that even in life or death situations still causes you to move in a certain way.
I don't even believe that.
And then you end up getting dropped.
If we-
Because I think there's go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say if we look at like older civilization or not even older, we can just look at like poorer countries. If your kid has like a high mortality rate or kids have high mortality rate, you see people have these big families.
Right.
To me, that don't symbolize I'm ready to sacrifice for my kid. That symbolizes, bro, I'm just gonna have a
Playing the
good life,
odds.
and who make it, make it.
Yeah, you playing the
You know what I'm
odds.
saying? So in that case, if you already playing the odds, I don't see somebody sacrificing the man of they family or household to save a few kids that may or may not make it.
And then see, but that's a perspective of like my life is good, right? So the way I think about it is in the past, below a certain poverty line, like as a man, you may have had to carry a whole lot of stress. And for you, dying is low getting out of that shit. Like, you feel me? So it's kind of like you had to be the provider, you had to do all this other stuff. And maybe, letting them fend for themselves is your way of like taking a fucking break. So
Take me out, bro. Take me out, coach.
yeah. But I'll leave it at that. I won't get it too dark.
I was say like, yeah.
My hero got us thinking about our society.
I'm telling you, like, what?
I mean, maybe that's the point. Maybe he's like, hey, take a look at our own society.
All right. Were we supposed to care about like a monster chick? I'll call her. That's probably like in the hero society world. That's probably like calling her the N-word effectively. But like, I don't know how else to describe her. Yeah.
Very disrespectful. You could have called her tall chick. You could have said the chick that Deku saved. You very disrespectful.
He saved a lot of chicks. I'm pretty sure.
Very disrespectful, man. We gotta call. People.
He saved a lot of chicks though.
I will say that I think the only thing she was also in the clip with all the other people Deku saved. So I don't think she had importance because, like, right before her, you see in the background, you see the little kid that he saved from Muscular. You see Airy. You know what I'm saying? I think they were just like, yo, it's people in this crowd that really got respect for Deku. But the thing that caught my attention is none of them was speaking up besides Deku mom. So that's what I worry about is like how shaken is the community when people that Deku saved are just kind of looking like, dang, I wonder what's about to happen.
Like, that's what
it
chaos does, dude. Survival.
Like, who saves the hero? Who's the hero for the hero?
The survival instincts, man.
I mean, from their perspective, if they're not woken to the fact of like this boy's a little kid, I see they were just out there struggling and almost died, and now like they're presumed to believe this place is safe, But now it's basically like, no, this place is going to become a battlefield pretty soon as well. Like, and I think that's the inevitable fact. It's like, yeah, I get that they put a lot of protections in place, but they cannot stop it from becoming a battlefield, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean niggas will die, like, necessarily, but the fact that, like, if Tomura knows he's there or All For One knows he's there, like, them pulling up is a high possibility, which would turn, whether it's the front gates or, like, behind the front gate, into some sort of battlefield, you know?
You know something, bro? I was just looking at her name is not Monster Girl. We're not gonna say that.
What's her name?
Tall Chick is what we're gonna go with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And I just gotta say, like, man, I was just contemplating, like, you know,
B-stars?
I don't think I would date like what is she, like a ferret woman?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's counteracted by the fact that she's a 10-foot tall woman, which is on the list of women that I would like to get with.
That's 10 foot tall.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Take it down.
yeah, you know, I don't know. That's a tough situation to be in. Like, yo, my chick got a ferret head.
Yeah.
Tall.
But then at that point, it's like, let's say we got to that point in society where, like, there are animal hybrid people. I mean, there's already a fetish for, like, animals, period. So then it just, like, normalizes that, I guess. My thing is, like, yeah, I like you say, like, it's hard for me to see myself. Yeah, it's hard for me to see myself developing a relationship with somebody with particular animal features. I feel like there's certain things that I can get away with, but, like, if a nigga had an actual bird face, like, like, I can't actually hold a conversation with you. I'm not even talking about on a dating level. It's like I cannot actually have a sort of friendship with you or anything like that. And that's funny because if our society does get to that point, then I'm basically like a racist, I guess. Like, so I'm just like, but I'm like, I actually like have a fear, bro, like a for real phobia.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Like, could you be considered racist if you have like arachnophobia? It's like, bro, he got a spider head. Like,
I mean, that's what
spider.
I would flip it on his head and say, okay, like, let's say a white person came to you today and said, I actually have a legitimate fear of black people. Like, that happened. Like, it went viral. I think it went viral on TikTok for a little bit of time. There was this white lady who was dating this guy, and his roommate was black, and she didn't tell him that. And, like, he took her back home, and she started, like, screaming, like, going absolute fucking apeshit on the floor. And they were like, oh, she's, like, legitimately afraid of black men. And then niggas reacted to that how they wanted to react to it. Some niggas wanted to cancel her. Some niggas was like...
This is exactly how I react to it.
That's how I feel, too. But then when I go, like, damn, if there's a person with a bird head... Like, I am legitimately afraid, but then somebody will be like, damn, you racist as fuck, nigga. And I'm just like, no, nigga, I'm actually scared of that man's face. So,
that's kind of a thinker.
Just think about your scary, like the animals. Everyone's scared of some type of animal. Whatever animal you're scared of, just imagine that's just like a normal nigga that's trying to have a conversation. You at the bank, and the teller is just a nigga with a snake head. And he's just trying to like have a conversation with you. I'd be like, I don't know, bro.
Any small creature that like scurries, you know.
Oh, okay. So squirrels and all that.
Yeah, it don't matter if it's like a lizard, if it's small or scurry. So if somebody was like, "Yo,
Master Splinter,"
I'm small, like I'm like the size of like a small rodent, and I happen to be a skittish person, I'll be afraid of them.
But no, so if they're on like a normal person, so like if a rat head, like Master Splinter, for example.
I wouldn't be worried about a rat head.
Okay, you wouldn't have an issue with that, but only if their size was small.
Yeah, if a whole person, like, they was just like, yo, I'm like this big, and you just catch me scurrying places. I'm like, bro. No, you gotta slow down. You gotta walk at a slow pace.
So does that have to be like little as in, little size? Or like little as in like a toddler size or something. Like if there was a toddler with that face.
A toddler too big. Like if
toddler's
you're bigger
too big.
than a cat, then like you can scurry. I'm okay.
You're good. Okay.
But anything smaller, I'm like, bro, like why are you scurrying? Slow down or I can't fuck with you.
Wow, that's actually mad petty. It's already tough for them to move in the first place. Like fuck.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Tall Chick. Anything else on the My Hero chapter?
Holding it down.
Somebody will take it down, bro.
I'm sure. Like niggas is watching Beastars and in love with that shit, so they were just waiting for her. They're just waiting for her. There's a couple people out there that just like, this is my time. They just know in a matter of years, certain things that were never possible will be possible. And it's just like, we gonna see a few more robot marriages out there. Just niggas that's just like, yeah, this my robot wife, bro. Like, that's it.
Bro, would you rather have like a chicken head like Tokiyami, but with like sick powers, or like have Mineta balls for hair? Can't do shit about it.
But I'm living in what type of society? Their society or just like normal?
Today.
Okay, so regular. I definitely would go Mineta stuff.
You get
Like,
the chicken head, but you get cold powers. You can choose them. You can be Superman.
so what was Mineta's head look like in real life expectations? Would that look like deformed balls?
Balls on your head instead of hair.
But like bouncy
You
balls?
get away with that better than a bird head, though.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Like, you're gonna be straight ostracized. I mean, you'll be OP, but you will be lonely. Like me.
I go with Mineta. I would too.
There's somebody out there that'll smash a nigga with a chicken head.
I mean,
I'm sure there are, but I don't want to find them.
Superman. You'll still be okay, but you'll have like the who's that? Deadpool. Isn't like his character low-key like stupid self-conscious about like his actual skin? It was something like that. Well, anyway,
sure, because he like goofs around so much that if he said something self-conscious, I wouldn't know if it was a joke or like he's.
That's the thing about Deadpool. You never know.
So like part of his character is that he's just like really really self-conscious as far as his condition goes, and that's like another reason why he's like full clad. But anyways, my point is that like you'll still be broken as far as like powers go. You can still do whatever the f you want. I mean, you're still gonna be like a god in our society practically. But I mean, you got a bird head. I mean, I don't feel some kind of way about having a bird head. I mean, like,
yeah. My thing is like, and also I just think about it from like, I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist, but I do think that the government is ready to experiment on anything that's just a little off. So I feel like you being the only nigga in the world with a bird head, like, niggas is scooping you up. Like, yeah, the Mineta ball head thing, niggas could just think that's a weird deformity. Right. Maybe you may or may not get picked up. It's still a possibility.
Bro, if that joint pop off.
Yeah, you get picked up. You get picked up.
I could be cool. Like, oh, my man got, Mineta ball head. I could be cool. I could get past that. But the moment when them joints pop off, I'm like, well, like you lean and they get stuck on my shoulder and then pop off. Like, I have a problem now. Like,
do you think his actual head sticky as well? Because he got the balls that he pulls up, but like technically, like if you think about this part of his head, would it also be sticky? And I asked that question because I'm like, if he gets lined up, because I'd be black at this point. So if I'm going to the haircut in place and I'm trying to get lined up, would the shit like stick to that thing, or would they be able to give me?
That's over with.
Wait, pause. So you saying that if anyone touches it, it'll automatically stick to them? Or I thought
I don't know if his head works like Velcro, meaning like the balls are sticky and like something about his head allows you to pull and stick at the same time, like Velcro. Like his head just works like Velcro with the balls, but like once they attach to you, they stuck forever. I don't know, or if his head is the same type of thing.
Itself. I mean, if we talking about like it literally sticky all over 24/7. Someone touch that, it should just stick to them unless you try to help them get it off. That'd be annoying.
How long do it take for them to fall off? Like,
I mean, like he just, I don't know.
Multiple days, I'm guessing.
I would be upset, bro. Like, man, I got this ball on me. Like,
wait till he become a pro hero, bro. Because that's just going to be funny as hell. Because, like, when niggas get booked from, like, Mineta dropping them, it's just going to be niggas with a bunch of sticky balls under. They be like, oh, we know who got you, bro. You just sitting in jail with these sticky-ass balls.
Imagine if he became, like, a top-tier hero, and then it becomes, like, a city safety hazard. Like, there are Mineta balls just they're collecting trash now. Like, they clogged up the sewer system.
Right.
Wow. That could be a key problem. I mean, like for us,
A big
he
one.
has some good points though. I mean,
A big one.
damn, they would actually have to like make a whole like organization, like waste disposal, just for Minetta balls. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like, damn.
But yeah, I'm not alone. My boy Silent Blaze said he'd go with a chicken head too.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
if you got
I
Hey,
mean, broken
more power
powers.
to
I mean,
y'all.
I hear you. I
power,
hear
you
you.
know what I'm saying? I would just get a chicken head with the power of illusions, bro. Like, bam.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. If you pull that off, then sure, that's fine. Because I mean, like in the real world, the movie gotcha of that doesn't exist. Like the movie gotcha of like, oh well, I want them to love me for like who I really am. Like that doesn't exist in the real world. So you can get away with the. You just see me as some handsome ass nigga for a while. Like, oh well.
I would definitely be like, yo, I got a chicken head, but you married me for my power, and you know that. Like,
Yeah.
come on. I got
But
a
the-
chicken.
Facts.
With the illusion power, is it going to be like full, like an Eisen level type of shit, where like, because it means like when you having sex, you know what I'm saying, you kiss, but it's like a beak. So
It's
like,
over
does she
with.
feel a beak or does she feel a lip? Huh?
I don't have lips no more. It's over with. I can't kiss no more.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have the power of illusions, is it just visual illusions, or are you Eisen level where like senses are affected? You know what I mean? So like technically you could kiss, but she would still feel. She wouldn't feel a beak. She would feel like lips or something.
But that's on her end. I can't make myself feel like lips, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll still
I mean,
feel
that's what he was asking though. Like, how strong of your illusions are they really? Like, are you just talking about you can alter
have to
how
have
you
a
look and that's
head.
it?
If I have to have a chicken head in real life, you can assume all my powers max the fuck out.
damn.
Oh, I mean, if it's that Eisen level, just about then.
Character, bro. Like,
So am. So I mean, well, I mean, with the power of illusions, then you practically don't even have a chicken head no more. To be real.
Yeah, I mean, if you can give yourself whatever the fuck you want, that the chicken head just doesn't become a thing anymore. I was initially thinking like you just got Tokoyami's power, and I was just like, well, what I'm doing with shadows in the real world, bro. Like, ooh, the shit moves. Like, I can fly for a little bit. Like, whoa.
No,
Okay.
but I mean, I feel like out of all Class 1A though, his potential, I think, is one of like the greatest as far as to like how he can really build that up.
the way
So, I
that
mean,
nigga fly is so stupid.
oh no, I think that's silly. I ain't gonna lie.
I just like the idea of having a partner kind of person. I think that part would be like, to me, if I got a power that gave me some sort of extra consciousness, I think I would spend a lot of time just like getting to know that nigga. Like, do you know where the fuck you came from? Like, I think I'll just ask them the stupidest questions.
Bro, I came from your belly button. Why would you
Yeah, like, I'm like, but then I'll be like, are you some like weird side of my mind that I don't know about? Like, or are you your own thing? Like,
you the weird side of my mind.
see?
Ooh, that might F you
I
up,
think-
bro. You're gonna end up being like twice, bro. Careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
There'd be
You
the
don't go that deep, bro. You go that deep, it's gonna fuck your head up.
100%. That's why I could definitely see myself turning into a twice type nigga, bro.
Damn.
Because I definitely go down the rabbit hole. So I would be in that bitch like, wait a minute. What if I used this power when I was a little kid and didn't realize it? And the one version of me died, and the other and I'm the clone. Like,
Right?
Yeah,
was-
man.
I start wilding out. I started asking questions about my mom's pregnancy. Was there ever a point in time where they said there was twins in your belly?
Right?
Because if there was, then for sure, I don't know which one I fucking
Damn.
But yeah, I guess we can jump to Black Clover now. So we always find something, even when the chapter is low.
Figure it out.
Chapter 303, Glad Tidings, Black Clover. So I think the first question I asked the group, bro, is like, has this chapter changed your perspective on Nozel in any way?
No, but it honestly I found this to be one of the most anticlimactic ends, at least so far, in my opinion. I did not think that the battle would be this quickly over with Nozel just popping up. You know what I mean? I thought it would be like some more actual action. So, I mean, what really did happen? He showed up and he pretty much bodied her, and then Noel had the final slash, and that was it. I mean, like, it wasn't even like a fight. It was just like, oh, I'm Nozel, you done. They're just like, damn.
This
Okay.
is my issue with these demons. They aren't so powerful as they are like, yo, we can regenerate mad fast. Right? Like, because when I think of like powerful, like, yo, I'm too powerful for you, it'd be like, yo, your magic will break on my skin. But like, most people seem to be able to rip these dudes up like pretty easily.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it just be like, yo, they regeneration so quick. I feel like if you had like 5 captains on this demon, I think she goes down. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like she
I
gets
think
hyped up as being super powerful, but from what I can see, if you get Nozel, Fuegoleon, and like 3 rando
I mean,
captains,
bro, like by
that's
themselves,
tough.
we being real.
I think you still need the painted homies little special shit at the back, bro. I think that shit was kind of crucial to
but
it.
he's a captain.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but I'm saying like that you need a support mage in some way, shape, or form if you're going up against these types of demons.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say like, yeah, for sure. 5 captains though, because before I had the idea of like, man, only the main characters can really body these people, and it started making me think that some of these captains were trash, and even being like, yo, I don't think all of y'all are even captain level, but I would like to think that this is the strongest person that we've seen in all of the show so far, and her body was ripped to pieces by a medium tier captain. That being said,
I mean,
if
that's
Yami and what's Buddy name? Yami and William were together, I think they body her.
I mean, you're talking about top class. I think eventually we're gonna get to a point where they can do that by themselves, not even combo. But I just wanted to look at the captain list one more time to just check my thing because we already had 3 here. Charlotte on her own, hey, she's not bringing much value to the table, is what I've gotten from this experience.
Okay. In this specific battle, she brings a lot to the table. I think she was supporting harder than real because her Briars eat curses.
That's true.
So she's basically full time nerfing the demon.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
All right. Jack, yeah, I think he stands a chance with support. Dorothy, I think she's cool with the right team. Kaiser is one where I'm like, he's a rando. He's just a rando. I don't know how he assists or not assists.
Purple Ochre buddy?
Yeah, I think he's got to be supported in this case. Like, if he's in a battle fighting one of these, I don't see how his attacks actually help, but I can see how he might be able to finesse
I
a
can't
support
see
role.
him being any worse than real. I mean, not real. My bad.
Nazel?
I can't see him being any worse than Luck. Like what Luck provided to this battle, couple lightning bolts. I can't see Kaiser being any worse than that.
Okay.
I don't think Luck is captain level just yet.
Yeah, I mean, from the list I'm seeing, he's really the only sketch. Fuego Leon is another one I'm still iffy about, just because I really don't see much of him, but I have to like extrapolate his strength based off of his associates, which is like I put a lot of respect on Mira Leona, so for that reason alone, I have to like assume Fuego Leon has something I haven't seen yet. That
And you got the fire spirit too, bro.
Huh?
You got the fire spirit.
I give him the salamander, but I really feel like the salamander has like not shown me that it picks great people. Like I wasn't wowed by like the last salamander owner, to be completely honest. I'm still curious as to why it's not with Mira Leona, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna have to say, keep my boy Fuegoleon name out your mouth and let him say it with respect. All right, on behalf of all the House Vermilion, bro. Don't play my man like that. You know about his clout and you ain't seen nothing from him.
That's what I said. I have to see it though, and that's it. I just need to see it. I'm not saying he's not Zell's level. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying that I don't have like the points I can bring to you to say why he wins the fight, but I'm left to assume that he can hold his own the same way I think Yami and William could hold their own. That's all. He's gonna pull something out, I'm sure, but also like this whole arc, it just came to my mind as we were talking about it. Also makes me question why the salamander didn't go to Mira Leona while this nigga was knocked out. Like, it just stayed with him until he woke up, but we saw that kind of like, you know, the water spirit was able to just go to Noel when the older user was out of commission. So I'm like curious as to why the fire spirit didn't just go like, this bitch definitely the second strongest. Let me go ahead and give her that power? Like,
No, that's a good question. I mean, no cap. That's a good question. I mean,
I
the
feel
only thing
like they
though is,
all. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say like my only theory to that was simply that Mary Ellen said no. Flame Spirit tried. And said no, you too weak, and just like
oh,
said deuces. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I mean,
I
he
think
tried to
that
just say, you know what? Even I don't even think I can handle being with you, bro. You too broken over there. So he went to the next best, which would be Fuego Leon.
okay.
I think that is just like each of these spirits just got different personalities. Like if I were to think of Sylph, she not leaving for nothing.
Until he's confirmed
Oh,
dead.
Has to
He's got to be
die, and there has
confirmed
to
dead.
be like no chance of this nigga being brought back for her to finally move on. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
true.
she probably still wouldn't for a while.
Actually, no. I think that she can't even exist in this world without like a human tether. Because when was dying when Xenon first came,
That's right.
as he was dying, she started to like particleize away.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't pay
So I
attention to
think
that.
like different spirits got different like shits.
Mm-hmm.
Undine, Undying, I think she just like
She picks and chooses, bro.
roll.
Yeah,
She do what she feel like.
OG spirits. Yeah,
And we know that she can make copies because she sent copies of herself to communicate all around the Heart Kingdom to tell people information. So like, I haven't seen any other spirit do that. So I think maybe that's just her ability. Like, I can fuck with anybody on the side.
I mean, just based on how like she communicates, the knowledge she has, and just overall presence, however you want to like describe her. I mean, she's like one of the most, at least OG spirits we know. I mean, granted, we only know the three. I mean, it's like Salamander,
Yeah.
Sylph, and her. But I mean, of the three, yeah, she's definitely like the most knowing, and in my opinion, seems like the strongest so far. But we'll see.
Yeah. My hope is just that there is a evolution tier to the spirit stuff, the way we've seen with some other aspects of the show. Like, I'm hoping that there's like an explanation behind the differences between, and there's still some spirits that I assume exist and we haven't seen,
There should
like the
be.
Earth Spirit.
Right.
Like, we haven't seen that nigga or who he attaches to. So I'm curious to know whether their development is a play on their partner. For lack of a better explanation, like if we'll see more growth from the Salamander because Fuego Leon is more of a mature fire user, or like it'll just still stay like a useless thing. Because to me, even with who the Salamander was originally attached to me didn't seem like. Sure, they were probably the strongest fire user, but like they didn't seem very mature to me. So I didn't like expect I guess I'm not surprised that the spirit wasn't that mature, but like the Heart Kingdom Queen is someone that I would just think is like more of a mature mage, if you get what I'm saying by mature. And that's why I'm like, okay, I can see a more classier spirit, and then I can see the childish nature in where his potential is that of a king, but he still has maturing to do. You get what I'm saying? So like I don't know if that's kind of what plays in the role of how they show up too.
I think they've seasoned that, right? Like, because we seen that Noel got an amazing power boost from merging with the water spirit, but we also thought that the water spirit effectively just been chilling with Heart Queens for thousands of years, for all we know.
Right.
Then we saw the fire spirit started out with a really strong fire mage, like she was a full-blown elf, reincarnated. So I would argue that probably the strongest fire mage on the planet at that time.
Yeah.
And it was still a baby. Then the next time we see it, it was a big salamander. Then the next time we see it before going on, it's a dragon. And they're riding on the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then even with Yuno got folded. And then after that, what did Wind Spirit do? All right, I'm about to collect this mana, do what I'm supposed to do. And he come out with a whole new form. So I feel like, honestly, the Wind Spirit is at the weakest form right now. Maybe because just don't know shit. He probably was like, I got Wind Spirit.
And that's why I can agree, like, and that's why I feel like the Wind Spirit speaks more, I guess. Like, I feel like it's kind of a testament to Yuno's potential as like a wind user as to why she shows up the way she shows up, but her in that kid form and novice is also like an expression of the fact that is also still kind of a novice to the whole thing. But potential wise, like that nigga's got the mana, so I feel like that's what allows her to show up as like, hey, bro, I'm a human, I can talk, like I can go back and forth with you. Where the salamander might be a little different, but like I said, I'm still hoping that the salamander shows some sort of consciousness and is not just like a wild beast.
Yeah.
Because to me, that I think would be a little bit of a loss in my mind, unless they're trying to like attribute like element to personality in some way.
Yeah.
That would be the only reason why I see that happening.
If the earth spirit is some way different than the water and wind spirit, then I will find the fire spirit being wild to be acceptable.
Okay.
And it gives some personality. If the fire spirit is the only one that doesn't talk, then like it's still unique, but it's just not as cool in my opinion. At that point, I want to hear what this nigga got to say now.
Right.
That's what I'm, because I'm just thinking about it from the fight standpoint, and I just feel like when you add consciousness to the spirit, it just somehow opens up another lane of power development.
True.
Where if it's just a wild beast, I'm just like, what does a salamander provide in this fight besides like an attack boost? It's like, okay, hey, bro, he can shoot flames out his mouth, or like I can, boost his flame power up, but that's about all I get.
No, exactly. You would pretty much, like, if you don't have other people explaining what's the salamander doing, you would practically need a narrator just for the salamander to really show growth. Yeah. It would just be, like, unnecessary if we just had a consciousness.
Right. All
like,
I need is a telepathic communication. He don't even have to change form. It'd be dope if he changed form, but I just need, like, that nigga to sit there and then just tell it, hey, Fuego, don't do that shit. Like, just a telepathic communication.
Right.
All right, cool. Yeah.
If like we find out it's been talking this whole time, but every time you're like, man, fire spirit, what should I do? Burn that shit. Simple shit like, man, should I choose apples or oranges? Yo, burn it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense now.
That'd be hilarious.
He just reckless, like
right. Yeah. So I think the other key points I wanted to talk about were around the like Silva family in general that kind of just spawned when I was reading this chapter. One, and I might have just missed this because I don't read the chapters that deep. Did we ever get a discussion, a talk, or awareness about who Noel's dad is or what he's doing?
Don't think so.
Because that to me was like more prominent in this chapter of just like, who the fuck is their dad? Like, and what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, like when she died, I just go like, I wonder how the father react. I'm like, is that nigga also dead? Like, what's up? It sounds like he exists, but nobody maybe talks about him. Or
this is what I feel like. This has to be the case. Has to be. And like, if it's anything else, I'm just gonna call it bullshit writing off top. He has to just be a regular ass goofy nigga. Like, yo, I got all the money in the world, but I'm rich, so like, really, I'm not with that balance shit. I just go around being a rich nigga,
like a diplomat type of nigga.
And when I got a chance to marry Essie or Silver, the baddest, swollen, of course, I drop big bread on it. Like, yeah, come here.
But do you feel like the way they portray that mom, that she would move that way unless there was like, I feel like her story has to be like love related because they sell her to be a very like unique type of royal, if that makes sense. So like,
but that's the thing, she's a woman who's married and her last name Silva. We can make the reasonable assumption that I hope they not out here doing it like that. They could be, but we can make the reasonable assumption that she was not a part of the Silver family and then married in. If they getting down like that, then
you never know. Royals was getting down.
For some reason, I've always thought the opposite. I mean, just because of like how strong she was. You know what I mean? Like I thought like she would be the Silva because of how like broken she was.
I mean, so there are only 3 royal families. And we see a lot of power coming out of non-royal people, right? Like they're
Magna getting a look.
Crazy. You said what?
Magna about to get a look. Don't sleep.
When Magna come home, he get married up. He might not go royal, but he gon'
the bloodline about to start mixing.
He moved up in the world after this one. And then she don't got water magic, which I think the Silvas are known for, like water magic. Right. She got steel magic. So I think it's reasonable to assume that she, wasn't a part of the family. Probably married a goofy, an Augustus like the king, like that type of dude who just, woo, I got all this magic, don't do shit with it. Like,
Yeah.
I think he agree. And if he not, it would make no sense. I don't know where this nigga been, why he not a Magic Knight. Like, he has to be just a goofy
That's
that they
right.
don't even care to talk about.
I mean, the only other thing would just be just like an intentional plot hole to make for a sub arc later.
And then think about it. Vonica boxed on her front lawn. If this nigga was
So
worth
true.
anything,
He would have been out there.
like, I'm boxing with you. He was act like, you got it, babe. He was, I'm gonna go call the police.
Like when she got first, he was like, that shit hurt. That shit looked like it hurted.
Because let's be real, bro. Let's be real. One day, what's her name? Big girl, Mary Leona might decide to settle down. And let's be honest, the odds of her ending with somebody just as strong as her are not high.
Those are facts.
You're gonna end up with some nigga that comparatively is like, you got it, babe, because that's a you problem, not me. You know, if your girl Mary Leona, bro, hang up the gloves. You're not fighting no more. Because if you put up the gloves, she gonna like, oh, you trying to spar, huh? No,
That's fair.
No,
The other point I wanted to bring up, and it's just like a thing I noticed, is that I don't feel bad for them because I hate them as people, but like the other two siblings, like there's definitely got to be some like a little bit of hate because the mom definitely let us know who her two favorite kids were. Like you came out the spirit to say like, hey, I love y'all. You know, the whole shit when Nazel happened, hey, I love y'all. And them other two kids, whatever the fuck they are, other N-word Silva and other N-word Silva. Like,
Solid and Nebra.
Yeah, Solid.
Okay.
Yeah, them niggas are just sitting there, though. So, like, I feel like if they were watching this scene, they're not. But if they were there, like, somewhere off and saw this, they probably had their feelings hurt. It just came to my mind of like, damn, bro. 4 kids, you definitely let us know who you fuck with and who you don't fuck with. Y'all like your daddy. Y'all like your daddy.
This is the only plot hole to the whole Silva story that I don't fuck with. Because I could make up something for the dad. That's easy. I don't fuck with the fact that Nozel was disrespectful to Noelle, and I get that all was disrespectful to her because she was weak, keeping her away. But bro, Solid and Nebra were garbage, and you was treating them like they were people. They were so bad that they should have got treated just as worse. I'd have been like, y'all niggas so bad that my sister that can't control magic is on your level. Stop.
Right.
Don't even come to my squad.
And to me, that's like that was kind of my third point, but that's the part that blows me the most because I'm like, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of the anime, and I saw the scale and size of Noelle's magic in those 1 or 2 episodes, whether or not she could aim that shit. Mm-hmm. That shit was big, bro. Yeah. Like as Nazel being Nazel, you still gotta there's a way to work with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Somehow it's like, oh, this bitch can't aim. That's fine. Just throw it in this general vicinity. Niggas will get caught by that shit. Right.
Yeah, just drop all your magic power on this one area. We'll just use her as a big ass nuke, and she's still way more useful than Solid. That's why I'm like, bro, nah, y'all stupid. Y'all gotta be.
Yeah, and I do think it's late, but I appreciate them trying to season like Acer into Nazel and Noelle. Like, I think that this whole, like, the reason why she can't aim is kind of culminated to the fact that, like, she's meant to be a hand-to-hand combat fighter, similar to her mom. And then that little line that she added in there with Nazel being that, like, his mercury magic is steel and water, his mom and his, like, birth royal family line magic fuse, I think was, like, a nice little touch. Just in Nazel's case, I just don't give a fuck about it because it's Nazel. So it was like, oh, it's nice that you said that, but, like, it felt like it should have funneled into a bigger power-up than what we saw. You know what I mean? Like when she said, oh, you're a fusion of steel and water, I felt to see a move. I thought we were going to see more of a bigger move that culminated to that.
To be honest, just more of a fight with Nozel showing up. I mean, because there was none. Homie showed up and then just caught a body. I mean, like, really?
Right.
That's the way to do it. I ain't going to lie.
And to add on to your point, Player Five, like I think the miss there was like I thought they were going to use the fact that they explained that Nozel was also cursed to explain why he was acting like an asshole, but it still wasn't a good enough explanation as to why he was acting like an asshole. I get like, oh, he couldn't tell anybody, great, but I was like, this still doesn't segue into why you were that big of a dick to Noel. It just explains why you were quiet, I guess. Like you was gonna die if you said what happened. Sure,
Yeah.
I get it. But then technically you said what happened before they killed Megula. So I don't know. Like not you and Noel did have a conversation, so I feel like you kind of broke it, but
No,
it is what it
they
is.
had the conversation in the dream world.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
That's why
Yeah,
they
you're right.
attempted to do it. Which I'm just like, bro, you knew.
Could have done that a while ago.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, you're pathetic, Nozel, bro. Everything you did don't make no sense. You didn't have to be a dick. You could have just been quiet and just, oh yeah, that's my older brother. He don't really talk to me. Same exact scenario. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this one what it is. That nigga decided to change the story up last minute to save Nozel, and I would have just liked it better if Nozel was just like, "Damn, bro, I was just wrong. I thought you was a piece of shit that couldn't help me save my mom." That's it. I thought all my siblings who couldn't help me save or revenge my mom were pieces of shit.
Right.
You were the worst of them because you were the weakest piece of shit. What's so wrong with that? I mean, his story. He was an asshole. Now he's redeemed.
No, that's
Right.
true. And that's
Yeah.
no, they could even had that potential with that personality to give him just a straight power boost in general, to give him more clout, like having that kind of personality. Because
Yeah.
like the whole, revenge, seeking power kind of scheme. But since he wouldn't have talked much, it would have worked well, so we don't have to deal with all the annoying BS. that
Bro,
goes
you know
with
what'd
And
be
to
hard?
me,
If Nozel sought out a fucking demon contract just to get the power, that would have been hard.
I agree. I think the other miss here, though, with Nazel is the same thing we kind of talked about with Jack, where they're like leaving a big gap between like Black Clover regular niggas and captains, and I feel like they could fill it in with lieutenants. And I think Nozel would have sold this scene way better if he was a lieutenant instead of a captain. Because to me, it's like he didn't do much, but like this would have been a great opening to his growth as a character. It's like, okay, cool, you defeated the thing plaguing your mom. Now it's time to figure out what your next dream is. But it's like you kind of became a captain. You did this. Now I feel like there really isn't any motivation to his character. They're gonna find something, I'm sure, but it just like there's no driving force anymore. Where I felt like if he was a lieutenant or something, they could have like used this, finished this up, and then been like, all right, here's another like fruit you can start to chase after to build towards a captain, or like now you can start being a rival to XYZ.
Hey,
But to
real
me,
quick, sorry, I don't think my shit recording.
oh,
Like my shit like stopped recording.
that's weird. I still see you on the live stream though, so we're good from that aspect.
Okay, I'm
I don't know why
gonna
it
hit
stopped.
this quick refresh.
You gonna leave and come back? Okay. But yeah, so like I think that they could have sold the Nazel thing better if he was a lieutenant. And it's hard for me to buy that Nazel is actually like competing with Yami and Fuego Leon. Like after this, like I can't see how there's a competition there.
What do you mean? He just shredded the body of the most powerful character in the.
I get it. He's still behind to me in my mind though.
Exactly though. See, that's why I was so frustrated with this chapter. Because this chapter was, at least in my opinion, supposed to be like a clout builder for Nozel. So to really have us gauge and like whenever we, like re-rank the captains, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is, since there wasn't really a fight, we can't put him on any different level than we were already looking at before here. I mean, if we get real to see what he literally did, to me, that's no different than what we've technically seen.
What I heard
to now.
That's what I don't know what was new here.
Okay,
but,
hold on. Okay, if we just look at power scale, who's the last nigga Nozel fought?
I don't
Who
know.
was it? It was
Oh, probably the word demon, right?
probably Zagreb, maybe. Yeah. And in
Sure.
that fight, he couldn't even damage. He couldn't do damaging moves to Zagreb, who was
Oh,
a low-level demon. He went from I can't do damage to I literally shredded the body of the strongest person on the
yes.
planet, and y'all
With
saying
all
it's
my
not the
might.
fight, huh?
With all my might, though. I think
Yeah.
that was also the part that kind of lost it for me. Is that I felt like it was that with all my might type thing where I felt like for people of his tier, this is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Nazel's a total hoe or he can't compete with them, but I am saying that the way I would expect this fight to go with a Fulgaleon or a Yami is definitely like Noel is not involved. It's like a solo finish on their own. And if they use all their powers, the move is way flashier than what we saw. That's all. I'm just going more or less off the looks, not necessarily off the numbers. I'm sure the numbers put it there, but I just think off the looks, like what I see Yami do in his fights is like nigga is literally like, hey, new move, figured it out. Like right now, like I'm just gonna use that shit and see how it go. Fuego Leon, I don't know yet, and Vengeance just seems like a nigga that has something in his back pocket. Also, somebody I don't really know much about. So for Nazel, to be honest, I'll just be real. I honestly think it's mostly associated with the Mercury power. I feel like the author is having a hard time making that Mercury power cooler in the way that all of these other powers are cool. The tree power, then tree powers is already hard. The only reason why we respect tree powers is because of Naruto. Let's be real. That's really the only reason why we put any respect on wood magic. If we didn't see Naruto, we would have no.
He showed us without the seasoning of Naruto, he hasn't showed us why we should respect.
Exactly, put
But
some
we know
respect
why
on
we
it.
should.
Right, flame magic is just an automatic thing you put respect on. It's just automatically seen as a dope power, and then dark magic is also something that you just know there's potential there,
That
and
nigga
Yami has
also
backed it up. Yeah,
Death
so
Thrust was like, all right, I said, ain't nobody fucking with Death Thrust.
right,
That move
but
hard.
but Mercury, all I've seen is versatility. I haven't seen anything like flashy or amazing. I just know that it's a very versatile power, but it's hard to match that up against the power monsters they're going with right now. Like these guys, like it's hard for me to see. He put her in a ball, cut her up. Great. He beat a demon. I see the numbers of it, but I'm talking about the anime flashiness of it. Like no one's going home talking about this win the way we would talk about it if Yami beat this nigga, or if Fuego Leon beat this nigga, or if Vengeance beat this nigga. That's all.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, they just had an opportunity to give him more. I mean, I'm just surprised they just went with such a short route with it. I mean, that's it. That's all. I'll just.
And
expect more battle.
the sad part to me is this is his culmination. So I'm like, this is what we got out of the best of you for right now. I don't know how they're gonna make him better than this.
True.
Well,
I just don't.
This might be his last hurrah. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
He's law for me. He's gone into law bag for me. Like potential was there, but like I don't think he's gonna be used that well. Like I mean, sure we might see some more combo fights with him and Noel. I think that's what this is seasoning a little bit, as we may see more of that relationship get stronger. But yeah, move wise, yeah, I don't have any like. It was all right. It's the best way to sum it up. Shit was all right.
I mean, yeah, I think he solidified his place. Like, let's say if they were to do like a Wizard King tournament arc, all the people of comparable power, if he were to walk up to the stands, I wouldn't flame them. Like, if Jack walked up,
Yeah.
I'd be like, Jack.
You know.
But if
But don't worry.
Why are you
Odell
here?
walk up, he may not be flashy, but he proved his point that he deserved to be in the conversation for Wizard King, because he did something that we know for a fact where we last left Yami couldn't do.
Yeah,
He ain't flashy, but he
I
has
agree.
some respect.
I think it reminds me a lot of Unohana in Bleach. The only thing that saved Unohana was that they put so much hype around her being the Kenpachi. But it's like honestly, the Kenpachi was just like she has dope ass sword skills. Her actual Shikai and like Bankai abilities were pretty fucking lame. But she can stand 10 toes with all the other niggas. That's exactly how I see Noelle. You definitely stand 10 toes with all these other niggas. It's just I'm not checking for any of your fights. I'm gonna be real.
Fair.
Not checking for a single Noelle fight, bro.
You're right. I would not watch a Nozell spinoff.
He getting his own show, y'all.
Cricket.
I'm not gonna see no Nozel cosplays at the conventions.
Stop it.
We
You
good.
gonna
Wait, no,
Only because of the break.
no,
there, yeah.
bro.
It's only because of the break. Yeah.
Be real.
Oh boy, I'll rock that joint right now.
The single break.
The Nozell front break.
Wild. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's most of the meat of this chapter to me. Like, I think that it was cool that they, talked about the Nozel family, but I felt like there's a lot of like weird holes from the Silva family. Like reading this story, where I was just like, okay, so where's your dad again? Brother and sister, like I don't think they're going anywhere from this. Like, I was glad to see it wrapped up, but I also don't know what it means. So like the people that were cursed by Megacula was Nozel and the mom. Mom's done. We already know. Nozel's free of this talking curse. So what? Briar chick was cursed by her, right?
Well, yeah, right.
Well, I think it's not
Or just
just
a random curse.
it's not just the people specifically cursed by Magicula. All curses
Oh, spawned from her.
on from this
Oh,
person.
Okay, so Gordon, something's gonna happen with Gordon, right? Because then he ever cursed.
Key question, F around. Because like Gordon's fam, I mean, they said that Gordon's fam, like, effed with Devils, and they even knew, like, Megicula's name. So,
Yeah.
what that means, I have no idea, though.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what doors this opens. I guess I'll sum it up that way. I don't know what doors this opens after she's done, but I'm interested to see what is gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Has some implications, but yeah, that's all I got.
Right. Okay. We wanted to just spotlight some new.
Here. My boy who be drawing Black Clover, Yuki Tabata. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga be drawing Noelle assless like a lot, like just ass out.
He be trying what? Oh,
Just throw that out there, man. Like
the fan service is crazy.
Put some clothes on her, man. She like 15. Put some clothes on her.
I'm telling you, that's that anime shit you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm. That's whenever people say that shit, I'm like, look, Japan just made pedophilia illegal in 2014.
Whoop.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, made it illegal.
Illegal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
Oh, wait, they just now made... Oh,
That's
wait.
made
Yeah, I'm processing
That's
that.
wild.
Like, oh, wow.
That
What?
being said, you shouldn't be surprised by any weird shit you see over there. Different culture, man.
Big old red flag.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah. Oh, and then last thing, and then that's it for Black Hole. We talk about some new shit. I do appreciate that they still gave Noelle the win. That's monumental.
That's true.
For a woman in Shonen to get a win this big. This is the very first like big bad we've run into, and giving Noelle that win. I like that Asta. I thought Asta was gonna save the day, but he just made it convenient for her to give the win. I like how that was set up.
And he didn't do shit but save Laura Pacheco.
Pretty much. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so really, it's all on Noelle. I mean, she had some help from her brother, but I don't even consider that being like because she's gotten him to this place anyway. She just needed that extra push. It was part of her character. I agree. I'm trying to think of, without the woman being the main character, I have not seen something like this. Like, yo, this female side character took out the strongest nigga on the block.
Yeah, I mean, Erza probably did it in Fairy Tail at one point because that's just how Fairy Tail's told. Like,
That's
every
true.
time they fight some nigga, he's the strongest nigga ever. But like, yeah, it's still not in the way that this was done. I would say there's probably an Erza fight somewhere, but I don't think executed in this way.
You know what's also Erza's like thing? She was the strongest like from day one. Noelle literally started out unable to control her magic and had actual character development, and has gotten to the part where honestly, if Asta didn't have anti-magic, she might clap that nigga.
I mean, that's fair with same stage. Yeah, I give you that. Because we know Austin ain't got no hands, so it is what it is. They need to start training on that. So swordsmanship, like I just be,
Lee better
huh?
found that out the hard way. Well, he's like, yeah, you ain't got no magic. That dude was like, well, I've been training with these swords. Yo,
Oh yeah, true. He did get a mentor, right? A swordsmanship mentor.
yeah, and
Twin
then
homie.
anime, he had a
From the different
swordsmanship
village or
mentor,
something, I think. Right?
apparently,
Yeah.
some nigga from.
It was a random, right? It was a different kingdom. Like he was from a different kingdom, right?
He was from Diamond,
Diamond.
the
Okay.
wind sword guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I need to see that though, because that's where like my overthinking nature comes in, where I think about like characters like Noelle that I know don't have any swordsmanship training, but then use swords. I'm like, if I was a like innocent bystander watching this, her ass is just flinging the sword around. Like there is no like actual strategy to her. She's just going like this,
That's
and
my thing.
shit's happening.
When Yami country finally get showed up, that's when niggas gonna get exposed. Like, oh, you just been really beating niggas with
You know, when a nigga in the anime picks up a wooden sword for your ass, you know you about to get dropped. That's it. Or a stick, a random stick, and goes like, "Come on, oh, it's over with." I wouldn't even take that challenge. Don't take that challenge, bro. It's over with.
You pick up a stick, you're getting cut in half with the stick.
All right, so we'll wrap up Black Clover, and then we'll leave the last few minutes and just talk about some new stuff. So, what have you been watching, Player 5? I know you want to highlight some things.
Yeah, I've been watching this anime. It's called How a Realist Hero.
I heard about that.
Kingdom. And I mean, recently I've been getting into a lot of like geopolitics and actually giving a fuck about economics and stuff. So to me, it was very interesting. I consider it the Dr. Stone of geopolitics and economics and, and country reform. Because he like gets isekai, and he like, okay, I'm in this like isekai world. And then they like, well, you the hero that gotta fix shit. And he's like, well, I don't got no superpowers. Like, he's like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm gonna fix it. And he just instantly just started making like reforms. Like, all right, we're gonna build roads. And they're like, why are we wasting money build roads? Like, it's easier to travel on roads than it is to travel. Like, all right, fuck this classism shit. And they start selling off like all their stuff. They like, you selling off all these relics. He's like, this is just a massive waste of money. Like, he finally gets a magic power. And he uses it to help that man like look at the books. Like he's just doing accounting. And it's just like he goes into detail, he explains it. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, I would consider it like Dr. Stone, but instead of science, he just using like, social and economic reform.
That does sound interesting. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
So like I would say it's not like a guaranteed banger. It doesn't get my seal of approval that everybody will fuck with it, but definitely if you're interested in that already and you kind of like Dr. Stone, absolutely you'll like it.
Is it would you say it's purely that, or is there any like good mix with still the like isekai genre as far as like magic or power fights at all, or is it like purely?
I'm 8 episodes deep, and they sprinkle some fighting, right? Like the people around him, he gets like fighters like mage person,
hands
like
person,
fighting per hands person, and like you might see them do a little bit of fighting, but it's so little that I would say like Dr. Stone, I would still consider that a shonen. They fight enough.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I haven't seen enough fighting for me to consider this a shonen. I would definitely consider it more of leaning towards a slice of life, but I also have not. It's only like 8 episodes. They might start boxing.
I mean, if it's it depends on how many episodes it's running from. But based on what you just described, I'd be surprised if they run past 12. And if they actually stays at 12, then 8. I mean, you already got it just for the show then.
Yeah, so I could see it building way past 8 because like the thing that they set up is like, there's like this demon nation attacking everybody, then there's this like emperor that's taxing everybody, and so like you got like a potential fight here. Then they even mention like building up and preparing for wars and stuff like that. But no, there has not been a lot of fighting so far.
All right. So if you in it for the politics, more or less.
I would say
Yeah.
even less fighting than Doctor Stone, and I don't think Doctor Stone has a lot of fighting.
So I don't know. It is based off a light novel that was turned into a manga. I always like when it comes to anime. I always like to look at the source because if it's a manga, I feel like they tell stories a certain way. Light novels really tell like complete stories, and then like anime onlys just do whatever the fuck they want. So light novel means you might get a good story out of it. To me, if it's based off that from the series I know of that were based off light novels, but they do tend to be like. I feel like they tend to be shorter. But yeah, I think it might build into an interesting story. So
I guess it'll depend now on just the actual clout it gets for multiple seasons. But okay.
yeah, that's gonna be hard because the isekai world, like I mean, I guess it was popular when we were younger, but now it just seems like that's all they spit out. Like I'm seeing long name isekais like left and right every season. So there's like a lot to compete with. And especially because it'll just be like one breakout one that does really well, which just inspires them to make more, like 10 more. It's like that time got reincarnated slime. Great, let's do it with a spider. Like, motherfucking the overly cautious hero started that like very specific character trait that like puts you into the isekai world. Like I'm a realist hero, or I'm a super strategist nigga. Like I don't fight, but I got strats. Like
yeah, I feel like isekais have overtaken shonen at this point. Like
crazy,
100%.
Crazy.
But man, did y'all? We talked about. I think we talked about this. That one isekai that got like shut off because like they were using other characters too much.
I didn't hear about this one.
Yeah, I can't. What was it? I can't even remember the name. I think it was like something cheater or something. Damn it, I can't remember the name. Anyway. So a nigga made an isekai. He made one chapter, and it was basically about like a world where where all these isekai people live in this world, and it shows like the shitty things they do. Like they exploit this world because like they got some cheat ass power that can't nobody compete with. Where they like, and then he's like basically these lames from another world couldn't hack it in your own world. So you come to my world with this cheat ass power, and then you do shit like rape people, like do whatever you want, destroy villas, like you do whatever the fuck you want. And it comes from like the perspective of a nigga in the isekai world who gets his village destroyed by like, I think it was like a knockoff. They had knockoff everybody. They got Slime on me. They got Heinzel gone. All the isekai names, bro. They even got dude from ReZero in there.
I need to watch this.
They're in there. No, you can't because it got canceled.
That's fucked up. Is there a manga? Like the series got canceled?
It's one chapter. It was a manga.
Wow.
He dropped it. And like, bro, he didn't change shit about them. He changed their names, but it's like, bro, that's Kirito. And he just used that chapter to just go hard. Like, bro, y'all ain't nothing but some lame ass niggas that came to my world, and now you want to fuck shit up. And then at the end, the character, after like going through the shitty stuff, he finds some witch that's like, hey, bro, you want to help me kill all these bum ass niggas? And he was like, hell yeah. And that was it.
No way.
Shonen Jump was like canceled it because all the other writers were like, bro, there's a difference between parodying and disrespecting. They was like, you put our character, that's disrespectful, bro.
That's crazy. Come on, that shit would be hard. Oh shit!
I think it's called like Cheat Slayer. I'm not sure. I got.
If you find it, let me know, bro. I'm definitely gonna read that one chapter. That shit sounds dope.
It started off pretty aggressive. I'll tell you that. It's a real Goblin Slayer type.
Right?
Okay, yeah, it is. It's called Cheat Slayer. I'm gonna send the chapter to you. One chapter, and it's out of there.
Bad. So any updates on Tokyo Revengers? Anything major happen?
Yo,
Nigga talking beat you hardest nigga in the streets.
Mikey, bro.
What you mean hardest niggas in the streets, bro?
He the hardest nigga in the streets.
What'd he do?
Done. I was done.
Where are y'all at? Did y'all beat did they finish their fight with Mobius yet, or are they still doing it?
Oh, they've been finished.
Yeah, right now they find Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wait, no, Valhalla is the whole Mikey's brother backstory stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah,
oh, okay. I just got the games wrong. So,
bro, the last episode I saw though, I mean, I think they just released another one, Player 5. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyways, I mean, the last thing I saw is that Mikey was able to lift an entire body on his leg and still high kick a kid where he flew. Like, like have somebody, you threw your full body weight of a body on your leg and was still able to kick enough force to almost KO somebody.
See,
How are you that strong?
one thing I will say is that is shonen creeping into delinquent manga. At least like the flashiness of it,
was
but
like,
the concept of like the strongest nigga doing some like wild shit is that like I've read like series where like the main nigga gets knocked out and then the very next day comes and drops the nigga that knocked him out, and it's like, wait, what? How did you even? Heart, bro. I had heart.
Yeah,
That's it.
But I was like, my God.
I will say this, like Tokyo Revengers. Like, I got respect for Mikey. I got respect for all them. But I'm sorry, Takemichi. That man, he the hardest nigga in the street.
He just got heart, bro. He got heart.
He got heart up there with like Mummin Rider. Cause like, bro, they was in there fighting all them dudes from Valhalla, and we know he ain't got no hands. We know he ain't got no business there. He in there. Like, he ain't hitting nobody, bro. Not a soul get knocked out, but he.
I'm telling you. And not once does anyone ever go, "Hey, Takemichi, like after this fight is over, we just gonna give you some basic hands left." It's just like, nah, bro. You figure out from getting your ass whooped.
That's the part I respect, because that's realistic. You don't play the game and somebody like, damn, bro, you can't shoot, you can't rob, you can't. Let me teach you how. It just be like, bro, you just keep coming, and eventually, either you gonna become that nigga or you dead.
You won't. Wow. You just gonna keep getting dropped, but you get better at getting dropped. Like Takamichi's like punch taking level progresses throughout the series.
True.
That's what I'll say. That nigga can definitely take some punches and some like wild shit.
He went from getting KO'd by Baji in one hit to like taking a beating from Baji. Like I was like, okay, yeah, he's leveling up in the space of like toughness. Oh yeah, but real quick, just to jump back to what I was talking about with Cheat Slayer, I dropped the link, and it was made by the person that made Kakegurui.
Oh shit! So it's gotta be hard.
Hey, word?
So it was kind of decent.
That shit has gotta be hard.
No, that's very interesting, huh? Okay.
I'm going through this shit, but anyway.
Tokyo Revengers, decent. We got to the point like what happened? Like Mikey down, Baji down. I thought Kisaki, the Kisaki Teta, the glasses. I know he didn't like the
really? Fuck him, bro.
Bro, Buddy came and smacked him with the pipe.
That was mad.
You gotta watch the anime because they put some real like I feel like a nigga is hitting a sack of meat because you really feel like a nigga got their meat like like it'd be like think and you just hear this.
I'm telling you,
they really killing dudes.
That's true. I did feel a certain way when that hit first landed. I was like, oh.
But see, that's what's like the crazy thing about it is like how much they go in. And for them, it's still like, one, they're all little kids. So you still got to look at it from that perspective. But two, it's like they're not yet at the like gangster point. So even though they're smacking niggas with pipes, none of them have gone to juvie yet. It's like niggas that come back from juvie are like niggas that did real shit in the like delinquent world. So it's like these niggas still are grimy, but apparently they're not. They have rules. Like it's like what?
The dude that killed Mikey, brother, I hate him with a passion.
Really?
It just makes sense to me.
I'm like, somebody please kill him. Like he needs to die.
So I felt like, and I might just be remembering wrong, but if I remember correctly, he basically turned into a dick because he couldn't really carry the weight of what he did.
Yeah. That's pretty much like, I see it.
That's my thing is like, I don't think I would be the same in his situation, but it really is like, he feels like he should kill himself. Like, Mikey don't have, like, I don't know how deep they've gone to the story yet, but he don't have a lot going for him. And then for that to happen, and then you're responsible, and you really just did it because you wanted to, like, you know, like, show the nigga you fucked with him. And, like, no, like, I don't know. I feel like it is a lot of weight that he's carrying. And he just didn't, I guess, off himself.
I had respect for him when all he wanted to do was kill Mikey, because I felt the same way. Like, all right, bro, that's a lot, especially for a child to deal with. And I respect, like, somebody going through some mental trauma. But the moment he got clapped by Mikey, and the first thing he did was like, now I want to kill Baji. I was like, bro, somebody kill this dude, bro. I'm like, that's beyond like you just meant, like you just a buster at this point now, bro. Like, I couldn't kill Mikey because I was crazy. I'm gonna kill you now because I'm crazy. Bro, sit down somewhere. That don't make no sense.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. There are a lot of there's a lot of interesting side characters. I'll say. Once again, as I say with all delinquent manga, all it just shows me is like, bro, I'm sure this is happening all across the world, but like, damn, bro, these kids' lives are fucked up. Like, if you see a Japanese delinquent, I'm like, bro, what is your home life like for real? And it just reminds you how shitty niggas were like in high school, because there were people that were going through this, but those were the niggas that were getting made fun of the most. Like, niggas talking about you stink. Like, niggas don't come to school stinking because they want to come to school smelling like shit. Most times. Yeah. So it's like niggas really have some fucked up home lives, but high school kids are dicks. That's it.
And you see it, like, obviously I see it all the time. Where I'm just like, man, like, and all the kids that just like, you can just see it, like, bro, you're acting this way because something you can't control.
Right.
And that sucks, but it is what it is. Like, and then you think about most of the people out here in Chicago killing each other. Those are kids.
Yep.
Same age as Mikey and them.
Big
you know what I'm saying? They going through the same shit. You could turn a Chicago Adventure into a Tokyo Avengers.
Oh, for sure.
Blasted. Fuck the pipe.
For sure.
Fight out here.
Oh, yeah. They definitely shoot some things. They got over that after a while. Too many big niggas started popping up. They said, well,
you get hit with a pipe one too many times. That's why I was like, bro, you have to just watch the anime just to hear the sound effects they put into these pipes, son. Because I was like, if I took one too many pipes to the head, that's it.
Bro, I thought that
I'm not fighting nobody else.
I was already impressed with Mikey still being conscious after getting hit in the head square with full force from somebody with a whole pipe.
You know, like, I keep remembering every time they get hit like that, I'm like, damn, bro, he should be knocked out. Then I'm like, wait, these are like Japanese teenagers. They coming with that much muscle.
I mean, fuck.
I thought about it from like, these niggas been getting hit with pipes from day one. That's where I thought I flipped that on his head.
I'm just like, bro, if you think about it, let's be real. Kisaki Teta, the hardest pipe swing I seen anybody get hit by. He got hit by Baji. Baji probably like 5'8", $125. Mm-hmm. I'm not going down from one pipe swing from that either, bro. I'm just ain't nobody at 125 taking me down with one pipe swing. That's like a woman hitting me with a pipe. I'm not going down in one swing.
It's the ruthlessness of it all for me. It's just like, I felt like as a kid,
that's true.
Like, if I was fighting some niggas, I wouldn't be that ruthless. Like, these fights, like these gang fights, is real ruthless. I'm like, to pick up a pipe and like smack somebody with it, you have the intention to kill them. Fact. Like, I don't think I went into any fight at that age with the intention to kill somebody. You know?
And the worst part is, there was no body shots. Like, if I wasn't getting jumped, I'm gonna pick up a pipe. My first swing is like at the body. They was like, boom to the head, bro. And then they be catching dudes lacking. Like, once again, I gotta go back to Kisaki Teta. He was having a whole conversation, and then in the middle, and then the way they cut it was so funny. He was talking, it was like, it cut through everything that was going on, the music of the thing, all it cut through all that, and you just see that dude get blasted by a
that's crazy.
You gotta watch that one scene just so you feel like the sound. They killed it.
I'm gonna watch it. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad that the Tokyo Revengers wave finally caught for niggas, because I've been sitting here just processing that shit just on my lonesome. Like, damn, bro, these niggas be going crazy. Like, trust me, there's some levels to it, man. This is just level 1.
Oh, there's level 1?
That's just level 1.
I can't handle it.
I'm telling you, like, for the fact that you said you like Kisaki, I was just like, bro, you are going to hate that nigga. Real, like, I don't know how soon for y'all, but you will hate him eventually. Maybe a couple seasons, or I don't know how they playing it out.
I think that he a grimy nigga. Like, they already done put it out there. Like, yo, he a grimy nigga. This one of the grimiest niggas of the show. They already put that out there.
Yeah.
But he's so cool about it. You know, he's just a cool ass grimy nigga.
Yeah.
He would be from Brooklyn if he was in America.
Nah.
Wow.
Have any of y'all watched the Shaman King remake?
This guy.
I am like 2 episodes behind finishing it, but I did check. They did like cut the pacing in half. I looked at like the 2001 episodes to see how they paced it, because it did feel slow to me at first. But I was like, okay, let me see how they're actually pacing it. But like apparently they probably did 26 episodes worth of content, because I think the Patch family thing happens episode 13 in the 2001 episode.
See, bro,
so that's crazy.
And I wanted to look that up. I never did. Because, man, I remember when I was a kid, it took way longer to get to some of this shit.
I'm telling you. Like, they usually stretch those fights out probably like 2 or 3 episodes, I felt. Like the whole gangster thing with, I forget his name, is it Ryu?
Ryu?
Yeah, I felt like that happened like 3 or 4 times, like before he got his spirit. Like,
that's a fact.
And they were already like, hey, they got a spirit. I was like, what, nigga? That was like I remember that being like a big surprise. Like, I forgot about this nigga, and then it was like, oh, he's with the team now?
Well,
like,
he came back, you know what I'm saying? That's what I remember too. I was like, damn, bro, I remember him going through a real, like, you know, he had to go through some shit.
Yeah.
Now he's just, okay, I'm happy, because that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Did you watch it dubbed or sub?
Dub, I have an issue with the voice acting though.
Really bad.
Yeah, I just felt like they were age appropriate with it, which I was bothered by.
I felt that this dub was maybe one of the worst modern dubs I've ever heard.
Wow.
Yeah, Ryu's voice didn't match.
I've been a proponent of dubs are becoming better and dub superiority. This is so y'all can know that I'm not just bullshitting, because that One Piece dub was ass. That was a couple steps back. For a moment, I was like, did they just copy the dub from like way back when? Is that explaining why it's this bad? No, it's just bad.
My thing with Shaman King is I felt like they went like too age appropriate, where I wanted them to go with like more of the character traits with the voice acting. So like if you look at Yo's character, he sounds like a little kid, where like I felt like Yo and Shaman King before he had like a strategist voice, like a Shikamaru type of voice or something. Like I would have appreciated that more. I hate like what's the dude's name with the pole? Not Ryu. I hate Ryu's too, but Rao? Yeah, Ren. Like Ren's voice just sounds like a really annoyed little kid. Like I was just like, I'm good. And then Ryu's is just uncomfortable. Ryu's like I just
Ryu's voice makes me cringe every time.
I'm like, yo,
there's
nigga.
no cool
too deep.
Do that.
It's
what you call it? Elvis impersonator.
I guess, yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's my only like flaw there. But I appreciate that they sped up the episodes, but I think the voice acting is gonna make it hard for this new generation to catch it and hype it like they've done other shows. Like I feel like me as like I've seen it already, I want to watch it again at a faster pace. Like I'll stick with it, but I don't think someone who's never heard of Shaman King will watch this and go like, oh cool, like we'll hype it. They might stick with it, but I don't think they'll hype it the way they've hyped all of these other shows. Like I haven't even heard many people talking about it.
I've watched it and I've already accepted that Shaman King will not hold the same compared to these modern shonen. Some of them are just too good. The animation too good. And here the animation is lackluster. The story is okay.
They fucked up with the move names too. To me, like
I don't like that part.
Oh, I felt like they should have renamed them a little bit, because it just like straight English translations of some of those moves just sound very like weird to me. But yeah, that's Shaman King. While we're waiting for him to come back, I will highlight Red Hood. I don't know if you read the recent chapter.
I did not.
Oh, okay. Well, that shit is starting to heat up.
The chapter behind though, so that must have been the.
Well, I'll be quiet about what happened, but it's starting to heat up there. So respect to their name on that. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm still just trying to follow what the fuck is going on in this chapter.
Yeah, it's
I'm a little lost.
I'm starting to like the biggest thing I can't remember is just like the reason why they're even asking him Buddy for help in the first place.
I think it's with the battle and potentially his power has something that's useful. I don't know because I think even dude like the other anomaly guy in the year above them was saying like was commenting on how strong that dude apparently is. So I felt like they were just like, oh okay, he's like we need as much power as we can get, and basically like
Okay.
he's that. But as far as like what they're doing with it and how they're navigating it right now, it's just hard to follow from the manga standpoint. Like I think I just need to watch it in the anime and I'll be like, all right, I get what's happening here. So yeah, there's that with Jujutsu Kaisen, that with Red Hood. Mash is just they're in a lull right now, so I don't have anything major to call out there. And then yeah, I don't know. Is there any new animes you guys are watching you want to put some respect on besides those that we talked about?
Um,
I mean, I've been watching just random ones really recently. Nothing too great. One anime. Oops. Oh shit, lagging. Am I here?
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, you're here.
You're fine for us.
One anime that I kind of like, but I don't know if I would recommend it to people unless you were a big fan of romantic comedies. My Love Story, which I'm old. I should have been got to this. It's basically about like some big nigga that's like I don't know, just like he just everything that you associate with big nigga energy. He's it.
Have I seen the artwork for this before? I felt like it was popping when it's older, right?
It's a little
Like
older, maybe like 2006.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying like super old, but it's just like not new.
Yeah, it's not new.
Yeah, I've seen the artwork for this before.
Yeah,
I haven't
the
watched.
cover seems familiar too.
That dude's face though is very familiar.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've been watching it. I don't know. It's just different. You usually don't see shit like that. Definitely out of Japan. But I mean, it's the classic Japan love story. It's crazy. Like I watch romantic comedies in Japan, but I would never like get with that type of romance in real life. It's really just like a hey, take care of this girl. No matter how ridiculous she is, no matter what bullshit she puts you through, take care of this girl.
Okay.
Well,
But it'd be funny to watch. And if we got fans out there that fuck with the romantic comedies and haven't seen My Love Story, check it out. It's pretty good.
yeah, I'm still trying to get back on the second half of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I
About
don't
to
have
get
any.
popping real quick.
Oh, here we
They
go.
introduced some pretty decent plot points, like recently in the last couple chapters, couple of episodes. And it's just like, woof,
Yeah,
this show about to get litty very soon.
I might start reading that one. I'm still. Oh, I know Darwin's game dropped, but I didn't hear many people talking about it either.
Oh wait, Darwin's game drop?
It dropped on
Oh,
Netflix, but it's just the first season again.
These
okay.
niggas drunk, bro. That's all I can say. They out here consuming too much alcohol. Because Darwin ain't fire.
For real.
But what I heard from people, the only realistic complaint I heard about it was that it's a slow start. The first episode, I always forget, is like 60 minutes long and shit.
I mean, it was 2 episodes. I mean, more or
Yeah.
less. I mean,
Yeah, but it's setting up the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it some time. Niggas like, damn, bro. Like, I get it. We got all this anime access to us, but you can give something 3 episodes, bro. That's all I ask. 3
True.
episodes, no more, no less. You don't fuck with it after that, drop it. Like, guarantee you fuck with it in 3 episodes.
Yeah, I mean that's all it takes for Darwin's game. Yeah, I don't think I was there, and then it picks up a little bit kind of after that. But yeah, I agree. My thing is I just need that second season to come on out. I think I ended up going to the manga, but I only read a few chapters past where it ended. So we'll see. I know it's still going. I think it's still going. I might end up just having to fully pick that shit up because they playing around with the anime.
I feel a little disrespected on Netflix calling Shaman King a Netflix original.
Yeah, I was like, come on. Y'all sure y'all want to claim that? Y'all sure y'all want to claim that shit? Oh, that was the other thing we want to talk about, the what if stuff. The Disney Plus what if things.
heard about it. I've not watched it yet.
Oh, I did not watch the.
Get into it.
Yeah.
I do want to say that they said a second season is renewed.
Oh, so that one's game's been confirmed then? Okay.
And I think it's gonna come out on Netflix.
Bet.
But there's no date that I can find.
Hey, we need High Rise Invasion, put that shit on pause. Record of Ragnarok, put that shit on pause. All this other shit, Shaman King season 2, nigga, put that shit on pause, bro. Get Daughter's Game out there. Baki, you done already ruined the fan base with what you did with Muhammad Ali Jr., so we not checking for that anytime soon. Put that shit on pause, Netflix. Like, come on, man.
Netflix actually, bro, Netflix is at a point to lose the anime game. Netflix anime game already was...
Oh, that's a good point. Did we talk about the actual confirmation that Crunchyroll Funimation just comboed?
Yeah, but we knew about that earlier, but then I guess it was like up in the air because then it got reconfirmed.
Right, but like I mean, it's done now. So like,
okay,
it's like actually happened.
So usually with companies that big, it do take some time to confirm because I think that at that point the government got to.
Oh yeah, to make sure you're not monopolizing that shit. Which they kind of are, but
and Netflix helped me because I'm like, bro, Netflix, y'all keep putting out this boo boo. Y'all gonna lose y'all fan base, which means no more money into it,
right?
And it's gonna be over with.
And HBO Max is on the creek.
HBO Max got anime?
No, because HBO Max has like Funimation associated with them, so they have all the Funimation anime on there. So now that they fuse, they're gonna have the Crunchyroll. And what I've noticed about Crunchyroll, because I haven't been on there in a while, is that they are also putting up way more dubs than they used to. They were not putting up dubs like that. Now I see a lot more new anime have like a dub associated with it, with a good amount of episodes. Netflix, y'all are playing around. They've been playing around since COVID started, because y'all kicked it off with Tiger King. Niggas thought they was finna have some good shit in the COVID times, and then like shit has been dead. Like I find myself going to my Netflix maybe like once. I'll check it once, probably a day, I guess, like when I'm watching TV. But like I don't find anything interesting. I find myself stuck on a show maybe once a month in Netflix, and it's pretty sad. Like I know they dropped some new episodes of Hunter x Hunter there to finish off the season, but I already knew what happened, so I didn't bother watching it. I was like, okay, well. So they like anime is literally a good pocket for them, because niggas that like it spawned like the One Piece reawakening for a lot of new niggas. They watched it on Netflix and then got hype on it. Like they have an opportunity, but like you said, they fucking that bag up nasty, bro. The voice actors, the animes they're choosing, how they're choosing to
animes, cancel all them joints.
Bro,
I get you. Castlevania decent, but the other ones are so bad. Cancel all that shit, bro.
Not even that though, but like you see what they did to Seven Deadly Sins. Like I'm super disappointed that they didn't drop the bag with they were okay, right? But they definitely could have dropped the bag way more on the animation for a lot of those fights. Like some of the fights I saw there. I was like, bro, y'all didn't put any money into this. Like, y'all, especially for that last arc where it was nothing but action. Like they should have dropped the bag crazy for that. And they were like, nah, we're gonna go with this lame ass storytelling. Even like the fight with Band versus the Demon King was dry. Like, nah, bro, Netflix, y'all playing. Like, I'm telling you, all they need to do hire a fan, bro. I would love to be hired to work for y'all, but literally just hire a nigga that has a significant amount of clout in the anime community to just vet your shit for a second and be like, nah, this sucks. That's all y'all need, and y'all probably be straight.
See, but Netflix, they've been going off that model of just put this shit out. A banger will land somewhere. But they anime flopping.
It's not because the thing that I think why HBO Max might end up like skirping them, or even Disney Plus, is that movie like they're putting out movies on their platform. So it's like slowly, once they start getting a couple of good movies coming out, because right now the movie industry is starting to bounce back, so we still getting weak shit. But once they get one or two hitters on there that really pull people to their apps, they just gonna start looking for the other shit. And HBO Max is putting out shows.
This is the sad part. Disney Plus is about to drop out a better anime than Netflix has done, period.
Oh, yeah.
With a Star Wars anthology anime. I don't know if y'all seen the trailer, but
I haven't seen.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I've watched a few episodes of the Bad Boys, whatever the fuck it's called.
No, Bad Batch. No, that's
the Bad Batch.
They hired Japanese anime studios to
Uh-huh.
make a couple anthology episodes. Like they can do whatever they
Oh,
want in the Star
word.
Wars universe. Boy,
Ooh.
they got a scene
Oh,
where like a
wow.
nigga pull out a lightsaber like how samurais do.
Yeah,
I'm like that's it, bro. It's
it's
already
over with.
from the trailer alone. I'm like this slap harder than any Netflix anime period. And I'm not even in the trailer. It's
Damn.
called what the fuck is it called? Damn, I'm tripping. I don't
All right,
know.
I'm gonna check
Star
that
Wars
out.
something. But
Star
you
Wars is
look
now
up
an anime.
at
Oh,
Star
snap.
Wars anime Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
you'll find it for sure.
Oh,
Because
snap.
I feel like right now the advantage Netflix has is it like kind of has a good backlog of stuff, and the other apps are releasing kind of slowly, but they're gonna ramp that content and dropping shit up. And once that shit like they can drop quality content like consistently, like every Friday you can see something new.
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. I don't
Star
know about
Wars
Netflix. They
Visions
playing.
is what it's called. Star Wars Visions.
Oh, okay. Let me
Vision.
check that out.
Mm.
But yeah, so speaking of that, what if I guess we segued into it? We jumping on Disney Plus. They dropped 2 episodes so far. Peggy Carter was the first. Her becoming Captain America instead of Steve, and then the other one was T'Challa as Star Lord, which I didn't see the first one, but know what happens. And then second one I did watch, and I really enjoyed. I liked, especially with Thanos being on the team. I thought that shit was kind of dope. A nice little surprise. And oh, sorry, spoiler. Joke.
You good.
um, but yeah, I thought it was a really good like perspective on it. What I've been hearing is that a lot of these what if shows are potential tests for future Marvel content. So like
Really?
if an episode does really well, we may see like them go deeper into the story, whether that's in a movie or a TV show or something. So
Mm.
I'm interested.
Yeah. From the what ifs, the first one with the Peggy Carter Captain America one, I was just like, yeah, it was cool. Like, oh, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America? As
Yeah.
much as that story, as much as that sounds to you in your head, is about exactly what you got.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Peggy Carter Captain America. Um, but the what if with the Star Lord, I had zero expectation about like, oh, what if T'Challa became Star Lord? Like your first thought is like, I guess that
What?
nigga.
Right, like why did y'all pick that? But
Yeah,
then when you see it, you're
when
like,
you see like, yo,
oh,
T'Challa Star Lord, you like, yo, Peter
this is
Quill
what we
is
needed.
trash.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, no disrespect, and I don't want to bring race
All
into it,
disrespect.
but Peter Privilege, I mean, that's Peter Privilege, but that's what I mean. Fucking Star Lord, as whatever the fuck, Chris Pratt, pretty much shows what white privilege can do to you in space. Like, that's really it, bro. That nigga. Star Lord came with the plans, bro.
Yeah, Star
Damn.
Lord, like T'Challa as Star Lord is what the universe needed.
Yeah, it
But
never got.
unfortunately, because of Peter Quill's background, the universe kind of needs him to be Star Lord.
Right.
Because
It's
if
like,
Ego gets him, the
it's like,
universe is over.
it just made me see like the current Guardians of the Galaxy as just like a big dysfunctional family where like T'Challa's version is like an actual team of niggas. Like I remember watching Comics Explain, I think did a video about it, and he was basically like T'Challa did all the things that he said he did. You know that speech that like Peter gives about all the Star Lord stuff he does, and it's like embellished a little bit. Like no, T'Challa did all of those things. It's dope.
My man.
Yeah,
My
I'm
man.
interested to see where it goes. I'm a little disappointed that it's tied to like it feels like it's gonna be tied to like the main Marvel movies. So like we're gonna see characters we know, but it's based off like the Marvel movies we know, kind of thing. Which to me limits that to only the characters I'm interested in there, and I wasn't that interested in Captain America, which is why the first episode doesn't mean much to me. But I am interested in Black Panther, so this hits a little bit better.
I wasn't interested in Black Panther or if that nigga would become Star Lord. I
Really?
think that episode was just good because I had zero.
What do you feel about the Guardians though? Because I feel like that both of those things were two groups I was interested in. I was interested in the Guardians and Black Panther.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I know that the Guardians of the Galaxy only get formed because of like the shit that Peter Quill go through. So I
Right.
expected them not to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It wouldn't really have made any sense.
Yeah.
And then when they weren't there, I was like, okay, yeah.
They were there in their own ways.
I mean, not really.
What's his face was a bartender.
Yeah, he was there, but
That
that's
was
it.
it.
Like it was just Drax, Groot,
Yeah.
Rocket, Gamora. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the majority of the cast.
Oh, but I think for me, it's like I'm tied. So what I see about What If is that they can play with the comics as long as it's tied to like those characters, right? So why like the Black Panther was more interesting to me is not because of like Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. It's what I know Black Panther to be in the comics from all these fucking videos I've seen. And that nigga is fucking broken, like crazily broken. And that's what they brought into the story. Like Chadwick Boseman was a voice actor, but everything he was doing as like Star-Lord was comic book Black Panther. Like all of his strats and everything was just coming from what you know Black Panther to be as the comic book character. So that's why I was like, okay, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But with Peggy Carter and Captain America, like I don't care about the comic book version of Captain America either. So like no matter how you play with that story, it's just not gonna hit for me in any like real way. But like the Guardians, and I'm interested in the Guardians from the movie standpoint. Don't know much about them from the comic book standpoint, but I know how broken T'Challa is, so I just felt like that was going to be a powerful story. Like,
Having seen both of them, I think that to me, a person that didn't really give a fuck about either one of these stories, I
yeah,
think the biggest difference is the T'Challa one was a gigantic branch. You know what I'm saying? Like the universe was a different universe. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
lived in a different world, and that's the shit I want to see. Oh, this small change impacted the fucking history of the MCU. With
it's like Old Man Logan.
Carter, it was like this small change just like slightly changed things. You know what I'm saying? Like ever so slightly changed things. And then even to a point it don't make no sense because to me, I was like, bro, why did it take y'all niggas this long to get her out if y'all had the Tesseract the whole time? Before they lost that bitch in the ocean. You gotta find it, go through a whole bunch of shit, get it back, maybe you test it. My man was testing on the Tesseract day one. You got that bitch day one. Why was she gone? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's. I guess I'm the only one that's seen it, so it don't make no sense to y'all. If you watch it, you'll see.
But like my thing is just T'Challa was a big one. I am interested on how they can flex some of these other characters because I feel like they're still going to draw from heroes. Like Thanos was a nice like put in there, like an unexpected put in, but I don't think we're ever going to see a What If episode so far that focuses on a villain that, unless it's Loki, right? He's the only important like main character as the villain.
No, I don't think so.
Who else we got?
Commercial, I saw distinctly a Vision body with Ultron armor on. So
But I mean,
what if Ultron
Actually got Vision's body.
became Vision?
but then that's still Vision focused. You know what I mean? It's still kind of based around Vision, the hero. With
Two different niggas though.
Well,
I feel you, but Vision is also Ultron, isn't he? Like, from the movie standpoint, he has Ultron's body. He's just his own person.
So yeah, so like when you said like Ultron is Vision, like what did you mean? Like Ultron is Vision the hero, or is just Ultron actually got the body he was trying to make?
Body.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Which to me is like,
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying like Ultron is still Ultron. He's just more broken, low key.
Yeah. That doesn't excite me because Vision doesn't excite me, to be completely honest. Like, maybe they'll get me excited from what Ultron does as, like, an evil nigga with Vision's power. But to me, I think one of the biggest flaws in the Marvel movies is what they did with Vision. Because it was like, they kept hyping up Ultron that entire movie as such this devastating robotic character, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like Vision is technically him, but just a good guy, and then it just never went farther than that. Like, he got bodied, like, in the next movie when the assassins showed up. Like, I never got that, like, Ultron hype from Vision. Maybe that's what that episode will do for me, but movie-wise, really?
The simple fact, and I think we talked about this before, is that I enjoy consistency in characters. Like what you said in day one remains true. I fuck with that. And Vision been on this from day one. That nigga was like, look, bro, I see I got all this power. I don't understand why. I don't understand how. I just know that like I could be a monster, but I'm choosing not to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga his first words after stealing off Thor was like, bro, I could be that nigga. I'm choosing not to be. And he literally throughout every single fight will get his ass beat, choosing not to body every nigga there.
Which I think is wild to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, but to me,
I feel you, but I feel you on the consistency part. But I just think from a interest in his character, it's just like, okay, I get it. Him and Scarlet Witch are technically gods walking around amongst men, but the story's never told that way. That's all. Like I'm just like I get that y'all motherfuckers are gods. Even WandaVision, like the bitch created a whole like separate world, but I'm like, you still just acted like a human in it. Like you were just kind of lame. But I don't know. To me, like I said with the what if stuff, I want to see where else they go with the other characters, but I'm just like trying to rack my brain. Like T'Challa was a good one for me. Guardians of the Galaxy was a good one for me. I don't think I would be interested in an Iron Man what if unless it involves somebody that's not Tony Stark, like at all. So like if it's some other character from the Marvel universe, like with an Iron Man suit, it'd be dope. Maybe like Hulk in an Iron Man suit. I don't know, just throwing shit out there.
From the trailers, I saw that boy Killmonger with Iron Man in his episode.
That could be cool.
That right there, I don't know what the fuck they gonna do.
That could be cool.
But I'm here for Killmonger, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm here for that one.
That could be cool. Yeah, like you said, I think there was a lot of power in that episode with T'Challa because of the fact that you also got to see how the world changed in it. Instead of like what I know to be the Peggy Carter episode was just like the story of who Captain America is changed. But like other than that, you didn't see anything else. Yeah.
It was like watching Captain America, except it was a woman.
A woman in there. Yeah. So if they do more of that, I think they got stuff. It's just like I'm interested. Yeah, maybe Thor. I can see Thor being crazy because it's Universal. So it's like they could definitely mix that up with an interesting person wielding the hammer and like go crazy with the story there. It's just like thinking of it being so limited when Marvel has such a huge ass roster of characters outside of just the movies. But I understand why they didn't do that because it wouldn't hit the same because nobody has like a point of reference nowadays. Like only comic book niggas would. So if you just see some random hero you've never seen in the movies pop up, you'll be like, who the fuck is that nigga? And why do I care?
People are like that because we stopping niggas from making some really cold art.
Yeah.
Just because all we want to see is the people that we somehow nostalgic to.
But I mean, it does give a great marketing plan because all they really have to do now is like build a big enough piece of content around an unknown character, and we automatically like get interested in them. Like what's going on with the Eternals right now? Like I ain't fuck about the Eternals, but like now if you look at it, the trailer just dropped. Niggas are doing their research on names, like you know what I mean. Like everybody's looking some shit up.
I don't know shit about the Eternals, and I fuck with comics. I don't know shit about them niggas. And Shang-Chi, don't know shit about that nigga.
Right.
Didn't give a fuck about them. These early trailers they was dropping, they was soft. These last recent trailers from both Shang-Chi and Eternals, I'm like, yo, hold on.
I didn't watch Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi at least looked mad decent.
They haven't been dropping trailers so much as like full fight clips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like, this is a kung fu movie, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Throwing mad hands.
Right.
Now I'm like, I'm excited to see it. Not even from the Marvel perspective, but just like I haven't seen a kung fu flick since I was like 8. You know what I mean? Or a Kung Fu Hustle was like the last one.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah. No, that Eternals clip to me went hard. Like I was just like, oh okay. I'm interested. Like I was a little bit like because of like the cast of characters, I was just kind of like not expecting anything from it. They're all notable actors, but just like them in a superhero movie just didn't click. And Angelina Jolie, only thing I know like nerd related was like the Tomb Raider stuff, which was just like, let's see Angela Jolie be sexy. Like I didn't get anything like special from that. So I don't know, but that last trailer to me like really piqued my interest. Like I was just like, okay, let's see what these motherfuckers is gonna do. Like I'm interested to see how they fit into the rest of the world because have already put them in a box of like we don't get involved. So I feel like they're just gonna whenever they do try to integrate them into like the bigger universe, it's gonna be like deviant, and they go, oh what we here now like.
Yep.
So,
you don't do that to you.
Right?
No.
Plus, I like that the guy from Atlanta's in the movie too. I don't know if I couldn't tell from the trailer, but I'm assuming he is an Eternal. But it was hard. It was like a little weird, like the way they were kind of telling it. But I don't know why. I'm a fan of movies where it's like, oh, we were some old goat niggas. Now we're all separated. Like, let's try and collect that. I like those scenes of like going to one little area, collecting a nigga, and like just seeing the weird shit they did with their life.
Ocean's 11. It's the Ocean's 11 syndrome. I love it.
Yeah.
Collecting the team. I love it.
Yeah.
Man, but and on the other note, like I agree with everything you said about that trailer added the hype. That's why I'm like Disney got the formula. They know.
Don't let them get into anime. That's what I'm saying, because they got a great storytelling formula that like I don't watch like Disney Plus TV shows, but I feel like if I watch them, like meaning like those High School Musical shows or whatever, I would not feel like they were that bad. I don't think I would enjoy them, but I don't feel like I'm gonna walk away and being like, oh, I hated I watched that show.
Now I watch them, not all of them, but some of them. Like for example, Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I'm a huge Mighty Ducks fan. I even got the jerseys and shit. And I liked it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I watched it. So far, every single Disney show that I've watched, I enjoyed. It's Disney, baby. Like I got stocks with them niggas. I know as what. It's Disney, bro. They not going nowhere.
Netflix, do not let them niggas take anime. If they take anime from you, I'm sorry, it's never coming back. Like HBO, I think what they need to do is like sign off comic book characters and stick to animated shit, period. Like if they're talking about like nerd stuff, stick to animating that shit. That is where they are good at. Animated DC films, great. Stop invest. Get that shit to Disney, bro. Let them take that
early, bro. I'm gonna call it early. Sell your Netflix stocks right now. who owns Funimation? Sony.
Yep.
If Sony gonna let anybody slide, Disney like, bro, you know how we doing good.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, let some of them anime. Come on, slide some of them anime here. It's over with, bro. It's over.
I'm telling you,
it's over.
They're not ready.
Shang-Chi, the same thing you were saying about like, you see an actor that you fuck with, then you fuck with their thing. I don't know, y'all ever watch Kim's Convenience?
Yeah, I do. I love that show.
Love Kim's Convenience. Hey, Jugga, watch Kim's Convenience. It's on Netflix. It's like
it's a good background show.
Oh wait, I think I read a description. It's like a family who owns a convenience store.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a regular sitcom.
Okay.
This is about a Korean family in Canada that owns a
oh, they in Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
And Simu Liu, the Shang-Chi, he's like the brother in that show. I love him in there. And then I was like, okay, well, he get his own show. Cool.
And he advocated for that too. He wasn't even supposed to be the guy, but he like started a Twitter campaign or something.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
And I already knew he like did like stunts and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be decent. I didn't know how decent, but I'm hopeful.
It drops September, right?
September something.
I think it's the first week of September, September 3rd. So it's coming. I don't know how I'm processing it though, because I'm not paying for. I don't pay for that Disney Premier Access, but I think I'm gonna be traveling that weekend.
Disney Plus.
Oh, they're not. Oh yeah, you're right. They did that whole like theaters only to test. Yeah, so I'll watch it. Now I think I'll actually watch it, because if it was like both, I probably would drag my feet on going to watch it. But I think I'll go into theaters.
I bought the Black Widow on Disney Plus, but I got my money's worth. Like, because if you just watch it by yourself, it wasn't worth your money.
Yeah.
But then I like watched it again with some friends over, so I'm like, all right, I got my money's worth. At least two people watch it, you got your money's worth.
Oh, to me, only movie that I felt like was worth it, and I bought it twice. Antebellum. I thought that movie was great, and that's not even like a comic book movie. That's just a random movie. The twist in Antebellum, to me, like when you know me, I like can't help spoiling, but I like specifically do not spoil that at all. It's just something you just got to sit there, watch. When you see the twist, you're just gonna like pause in yourself for like a few seconds and just be like, "Holy shit!" Like, and you just replay every scene in the movie up until that point and go, "That shit is fucked up." I thought that shit was great.
Is it
Like,
a scary movie?
no. I mean, like, it depends. Like, you could call it a black horror movie in that from what goes on in the story, but like, no, it's not. It's not scary. There's no like jump scares or anything like that. But yeah, now it should probably be more readily available. It came out like sometime last year in the summertime, so now it's probably like it might be free on Amazon Prime or some shit like that. That's where I bought it on. But
Okay.
yeah, great movie. But yeah, other than that, anything else? I think we might be good.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys for hopping on another live stream with us. We will catch y'all maybe next Sunday if chapters drop. If not, that's it. See ya.
Until next time.
Bye.
All right.